right, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're well. That's the highlight of the conference. It's the Mercedes Dürr, or should I say Dürr Mercedes dinner. I would say, just kidding, obviously. I hope you had, exciting days, 2 days, and you will have this evening a lot of time to discuss what you probably have seen in the last 2 days. I hope this evening is also a start for a new, I would say, era in terms of robotics, because we have so many clever people here from industry and from science. And if you see what's going on all over the world in terms of robotics, we just have to have your creativity and your ideas to get to the next level. And that's what I hope will come out of this dinner as well. I'm very glad to have Jochen Weyrauch here, the CEO of Dürr, because we both have a groundbreaking ceremony next week in Sindelfingen, where we probably build the world's most modern paint shop in the automotive industry with more than 100 robots. We are very much looking forward to that, and this will be another cornerstone to make Germany and especially Baden-Württemberg fit for the future. So glad to have you as a partner, not only in the paint shop, but also tonight. We are very, very glad to have the opportunity to host you tonight. And then I give over the word to you.
Thank you very much, Jörg. And obviously, as a supplier, you are enjoying this picture. Us next to the most prestigious car producer in the world is something, let's enjoy it for a moment.
So can we talk about the price again?
No, the contract is signed, no, isn't it? But, you know, we'll do our best, and the best will be good enough. And as Jörg said, Sindelfingen, and this, I think, is a very, very strong statement. We've been working together, and I might say that. We are doing this project in a different model by a strategic partnership, which Jörg triggered, and we've been working pretty much almost 2 years before we even came to a contract in order to develop together with the teams the most sustainable paint shop that's been built and will be built. Totally different model to the typical auctioning of a project where everybody will just submit something that fits the box of a factory. This will be a totally different approach, and we're proud to be part of it. So I'm proud to be part of tonight. And a few facts that I received, which I think very much underline what Jörg has said. The European Robotics Forum for the first time in Germany, and what I learned is it is in many dimensions the most relevant one so far. More than 50 workshops, more than 1,500 visitors, which I learned is the largest amount of visitors so far. More than 40 countries. I was wondering for a moment how many countries there are in Europe, so there must be a few Chinese and Americans here as well tonight, and everybody is, of course, very welcome. More than 75 sponsors. It is fully booked out, so this is really a great success, and I think the people who stand behind the event deserve a special hand. First of all, Dr. Bernd Liepert and his team for the general organization. He's the president of EU Robotics. Is he here tonight? He must be here. Here he is. Let's give him a hand. Thank you very much. And then, of course, also to the General Chair of the European Robotics Forum 2025, Werner Kraus. And again, to support, and that's my final statement, support what Jörg has said. It is very, very important to meet and to gain strength together, because it's easy to sit here and look left and right and be scared and confused and wonder what's happening next. This continent, and especially also this country, and let me also say this region, has all the means to compete, to create wonderful innovations, and to be successful also in the future if we just get our act together, which I believe will happen. I'm very optimistic and wish you a very nice evening.
It's our honor that also our Lord Mayor, Oberbürgermeister Frank Nopper, is again with us, and also today. Yes, and even also together with his wife, Ms. Wechselgartner Nopper. It's also a pleasure having you here. Great. And yes, and as we had heard in the beginning, we had really a big sponsorship, as you know, from Mercedes and Dürr, and you have maybe noticed it when you're registering for the European Robotics Forum, that we had in the last years lots of inflation. I don't know, was it 5% inflation over the last years? But we managed to keep the ticket prices constant. So every one of you paid the same amount of the tickets. And I guess it's not surprising why we were able to do this despite inflation, to have also such a wonderful location here. It's because of the commitment of Mercedes and Dürr, which they have given us for the European Robotics Forum at a very early stage. And therefore, I would like to have a very, very big applause for Mercedes and Dürr. Thank you for your big support. And as this commitment which we received from the very, very early day, you are really the first people we approached for the support of ERF with Thomas Bauernhansel and Professor Alexander Sauer. And this really gave us also the commitment why we were able to bring the ERF to Stuttgart, because from the early beginning we could say we have Mercedes and Dürr on board. And this is especially important as we are in a very economic, challenging time. Yes, we have also enjoyed, part of you, the visit to Factory 56. The Mercedes plant, it's one of the modest one in the world. And there's also Sarah Gielen with us. She's the plant manager of Sindelfingen. I also did not know her before. I guess it's 7 plants in Sindelfingen around, and one of them is also Factory 56. We are also happy to having you here today. And we have already had a keynote of Jörg Burzer yesterday about the Apollo, and yeah, I can tell you, as it was also it led to lots of discussions in the breaks, lots of people referred to it, and probably I'm also quite good informed about robotics, I would say, but I was still impressed how far the progress is already. That was really, really good. I'm really happy about the progress and about your keynote. And now we would like to have a second keynote, a dinner speech of Dr. Weyrauch. And Dr. Weyrauch is the CEO of the Dürr Group. He is since 8 years in the board of management of Dürr, since 3 years the chairman. And as I have said in the opening yesterday, Baden-Württemberg is probably the land of hidden champions in robotics. As if Dürr is still a hidden, don't know, I don't think so. But especially Dürr is focusing on the niche of coating. And when we are looking into the world robotics statistics, I guess it's 3% is coating. I guess half of this market is by Dürr, and you are really excelling in this market. And therefore, we're really looking forward to getting insights into what is Dürr doing in the area of robotics. Dr. Weyrauch, stage is yours.
So the advertising part of the speech. You see a few numbers about the group. We are, I would say, you said it, a hidden champion. I would say we're somewhere between a hidden champion and a traditional Swabian family heritage Mittelstand company of roughly 5 billion employees around the world, 5 billion in turnover and 20,000 employees around the world. And you see that we have quite a good geographical distribution around the globe, which reflects the business that we do. We're not only active in the business that you might know from Dürr, which is on the left side, the automotive business, where we are not only active in paint shops, but we're partially active in body in white with gluing, and we are also active in the final assembly arena. So we've also built a number of final assembly systems. Actually, if you've been to Factory 56, I'm sure you have also seen a number of Dürr logos. Besides that business, if you look to the right side, Dürr is also the world market leader of woodworking machines. So from small carpenters up to IKEA, from typical furniture up to complete wooden houses. In the middle you can see the business that has a bit of a mix of logos. On the one hand, we have the traditional Schenck business, which is active in balancing. So if ever you bought an airplane, please think about Schenck, because 9 out of 10 aircraft engines on this planet are balanced on Schenck equipment. So if you're flying safe, no vibration, be sure it's a Schenck machine that has balanced the turbine. We've built a new field, BBS, which is production automation. Just to give you one idea, we are one of the leading suppliers of machines for the production of those weight reduction pens that many people use. So machines that produce roughly 500 to 600 units every minute. And as you all know, and some of you might use it even, this is a very growing market. So that as a few ideas about what is Dürr all about, and in the end it's all about automation. Everything that we do, be it automatic edge bending for furnitures or the production for weight reduction pens or automatic painting of vehicles, it's all about automation. So now let's dig a little bit into the innovation path that we've been through for a number of decades around painting. And we now first look at the traditional overspray painting, where the principle of this application is very similar to other industrial robot applications, where a tool, in this case the paint atomizer, is moved along an object and continuously applies paint while operating with consistent and repeatable quality. So this is the traditional painting that you see in many facilities today. There is still innovation happening in terms of improving the transfer efficiency. In old applications, you probably lost like 30+% of the paint, which did not go on the body and were meanwhile below 20%. So even there is still innovation happening, but it is the traditional way where we teach the robots for each model, even for each color, and then the robot, once it's properly taught, puts the same application, going the same painting path for everybody. Now, the next step, which we have introduced a number of years ago, is our Eco Paint Jet. It is the first overspray-free application, and the special feature here is, as you can see very shortly, is the ability to apply paint with a high edge definition and with a high accuracy of only a few tenths of a millimeter. And what you can also see is this is the perfect application, for example, for contrast roofs. Yeah, no masking needed anymore, so no waste no manual work to master the car, and of course you keep 100% of the capacity of the paint shop because you do not have to recirculate the body for a second time for the second color. What is not immediately obvious here is that the approach is totally different, because in this case every printing path is calculated individually. Why is this the case? Each body coming from the body shop has tolerances, can be a number of millimeters, and with this precise printing you have to adapt the painting individually for each car body. So the painting path is calculated automatically for each car. And you see here the laser sensor and cameras that measure each body, and based on the shape of the body and the tolerances completely calculate a new painting path. So teaching is different here because the machine itself is already teaching itself. So this is an application that is in serial production now for a number of years and is really a game changer, especially when it comes to individualization. So now the next generation of painting that we have just introduced a few weeks ago is what we call the EcoNextJet. That's the perfect tool for individualization. And painting the logo of the European Robotics Forum was basically happening in no time, because you can basically print everything that you like, and you can do it on horizontal, on vertical surfaces, and obviously everybody can have his own design, so it's like one-piece flow, and it really shows what is possible. So here, already we're to the next step. There is no teaching in a classic form anymore. The robot automatically adapts to the task. So this is what we are bringing into serial production. First trials are very promising, and we're in touch with the first customers to bring that into series. So next step, next level. And now something that's very important for the cooperation of some partners here is our robotics project. And even though I tried to explain, even though paint robots in terms of the sheer number of robots sold remain a niche, the sustainability and the efficiency of the application is key for our customers, and this is why we're constantly working on innovations. And with the data that we've generated over years, basically our teaching databases, we are now about to launch the new approach together with the partners in the project, where we are not teaching robots anymore. Basically the robots with the models of perception and artificial intelligence will be in a position to teach themselves. So this will again improve efficiency. In the end, it will improve sustainability and add value to the paint shop of the future. So this as a little bit of a journey, what's possible in the world of painting. And let me basically, already to come closer to the end, repeat what I said. It's all about talent. So what we have noticed, and this is why we so much stick also to the area around Stuttgart and all the innovation pockets that we have here, is to attract the talents that we need for the business. And this is leading me basically to the last chart that shows where we're coming from. I'm a firm believer that innovation can only be based on a clear vision of the company. So we have redeveloped or readjusted our vision just a year or two ago with the help of our young talent to clearly define what we believe is the right approach for the future. And basically we had confirmed again, it's all about automation and it's all about sustainability, and together it says Dürr Group Sustainable Automation. So that's the little insight I wanted to give tonight. I didn't want to stress you too long. And thank you very much. Again, we're grateful to be partners of this event tonight, and let's enjoy a nice and relaxed evening, if I may say that for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Weyrauch. May I have one question, which is maybe also burning under some on the fingernails? I guess, yeah, you have shown how this high-tech company we have here around the corner. It's half an hour from Stuttgart, 20 minutes.
Depends on the car.
Yeah.
That's advertising. With my EQS, it's less than 20 minutes.
Yes. And so maybe some of the participants would like to know which kind of talents are you seeking, or what would be the also maybe properties or key values you would like to see?
Yeah, we are looking for both the traditional, if you will, mechanical talent, but of course even more now everything that's around electrics, electronics, software. Dürr, I said, it's still a Mittelstand company, but we meanwhile employ more than 1,000 software engineers. So we're one of the bigger software houses. So we generate roughly 100 million in turnover meanwhile with software. So, and you see that a lot here in the area, that companies that have been traditionally coming from the mechanical plant engineering side even use more and more the possibilities, like I showed, even up to artificial intelligence, where some of the paint shops are already based on models that we are applying and models that we sell. So attracting talents is, I would say it's okay right now. As a company, what we figured out is that we seem to have a nice mix between being still not too big so that everybody is recognized in a way, but still being very international so that people have the possibility to develop in different parts of the world.
Thank you, Dr. Weyrauch.